Yeah, I have a present for you guys.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Oh.
This is my present.
Get your ice cold tattvas, folks.
It's Friday, right? I'm sorry Earl's not here today. Is he
Yeah.
around?
Nah.
He's
No, I
gone
think
already?
He's hitting the road now, yeah. He slept over
That's
at our
too
place
bad.
last night.
Because you want to tell him it's going to happen this morning? I don't know. It'd be interesting to teach this in the Bahamas. Because it's, there's, if you look online or you go to a modern Sankhya school presentation, it's quite, this is quite more rich and more full, in my opinion. I think it'd be cool to teach it at Bahamas or something. Maybe one of you guys can do that. So what happened was, let's do a mandala first, I guess. Miss Utpala. Puki Joshi Meto Dram Rira Bingshi Ninde Gempali Sangye Shindu Mikte Uwargi Joku Namdak Shingla Chuparsho Iram Guru Ratna Mandana Kamyatayami Chodam Soki Chonam La Changshu Bardu Dagni Gapsuchi Daki Chimyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Penshir Sangye Druparsho Chodam Soki Chonam La Changshu Bardu Dagni Gapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Penshir Sangye Druparsho Chodam Soki Chonam La Chanchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Penshir Sangye Druparsho Hum. Okay, so we were in, where is that? That's you. Who is this? What's your text called, Utpala? Oh yeah, this is your text. So.
Are we starting?
Yes.
I thought we were doing expostulation.
Oh, I decided to just go ahead because I don't have anything to expostulate about.
Right.
Really? Wow.
I mean, I could make up something on the spot.
Oh,
Well, let's just use the time.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Great.
Yeah. I
Go
can't
off
think
on
of
Sankhya.
anything. Well, yeah, because this is going to take a long time.
sorry,
So,
I wasn't ready. I thought we were.
take your time.
No, I'm not.
Thanks for the proofs class.
Now I'm in the
yesterday,
proofs.
Michelle.
The who class?
The proofs of emptiness class.
Oh, yeah. I felt sort of bad about a words class, though, so I'm going to work harder on his text. I'm going to work harder on your text, and next time I'll have it figured out. It was, I don't know. I was irritated about that text. But I'll crack it. It's fun to crack a text. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So Utpala's text was talking about there must be, people must think there's a self separate from their body and mind because people think, I wish I could die and get a better body. Like if you get cancer or something, POA, right?
Transfer the
They want to, Buddhists want to, there's Buddhists who say you can switch to another body or something like that. So that means you must think there's some kind of meat. You got this face, but it must be pretty bad.
No, it's
Is it coffee?
It's good, but it's chocolate, hot chocolate. I thought
You don't like chocolate?
No, it's
You
good.
wanna switch?
No, it's good. It's good.
I don't
It's
mind.
good. It's good. It's good
I like
for you.
chocolate. I like chocolate. So you switch to a better one.
Really? I think you can have two.
No, I like chocolate. You take
Yeah,
this one.
two.
No, I want you to have it.
Buddhist fight.
So anyway, and then it had a verse to support that. but the verse is weird, and I said I had to go figure out what the heck it's about, and it's from Pramanavartika of Dharmakirti, but it's Sankhya. It's about the Sankhyas. And I'm sure it relates to his point sooner or later. But I was getting frustrated about his Sankhya's, and because I was frustrated about his mind only. So I was just frustrated. And I thought, well, let's go do a nice Sankhya. Let's figure out Sankhya. Because I taught in the Sankhya school for 10 years in the Bahamas. Sankhya. It's a Hindu school. It's a Hindu school called Sankhya. And they were big competitors. They were big competitors with the Buddhists 2,000 years ago. So I thought, I thought, you can't understand your verse without Sankhya. And then we're about to hit Sankhya in his text. And it's very confusing. I like your shirt, Adam. And, but I thought, let's just crack it. You learn Sankhya, okay? And I dare say the explanation of Tsongkhapa and his friends is more clear than what I heard in the Bahamas. So I think it'd be fun to go there someday and teach it. Maybe you can go.
Fun.
Maybe Earl can set it up. I don't know. You could say Sankhya from a Buddhist point of view, from ancient Buddhist texts, and the result would be they would understand their own school. You see? But you don't have to say that. You see, you can just say, because they have a very confusing presentation. And I love the people there. They are the best group of celibates in North America, I think. They're pretty cool people. Anyway, here we go. So where was I? Yeah, okay, here. So here's the context. And I used a couple of texts because different people have different explanations. And they all support each other. You learn more by studying 2 or 3 different guides. So let's do Sankhya Party today. Okay, and it may stretch into your time or something like that. We'll see. Okay, Nipalani. Data Ranshinki Tupa, Dak Ranshinki Tupa Gakpa Dang, Dak Kiwa Ranshinki Tupa Gakpo. This relates to Sugang's text. Who can tell me why?
A self which is
Start with Gakpa. No, you have. No.
adopting,
Start with Gakpa.
denying,
Yeah, denying a dak,
a self,
which could be Rangshinki Tupa.
self-standing, self,
Exists
self-existing.
of its own accord or through its own nature. Yeah, I don't mind if you find some some prettier way to say it, smoother way to say it, that could exist in and of itself, or something like that. That's not bad.
Can you send a copy of what you're looking at?
Sure. You want me to send it to somebody? Like, I could send it to.
If you send it to me, I'll put it in the Dropbox.
Okay.
Thank you.
To Nick. Sankhya. I think it's in Ben. Is it in here? Yeah. Okay. By the way, we just got health insurance for the Tibetans. They've been working for a long time. Okay, next we're going to do pension. Okay, so it's coming to Ben and it will go to the rest of you guys, right? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, did I do Ben or Nick?
I got it.
Okay, Nick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same day.
Okay, so this is Jetson Kappa, by the way, commenting on. This is Gomba Upsell, so it's Jetson Kappa's commentary to,
Umalajupa.
yeah, entering the middle way by Yeah, Master Chandrakirti. So, and sooner or later I have to translate this anyway.
Right.
I'm translating the whole book. It's been like 5 years because I do it only in airports waiting for the luggage. That's the only time I have. Dakrang Shinkidubagaba. Yeah, refuting, right, that the self could exist through some nature of its own. I like to, by the way, when I talk about Gakjas, I like to put language in there which is possible rather than is, you see? So I would like to translate it, some self which could have existed on its own, or something like that. And then when I don't see that in a translation, I'm suspicious that the translator doesn't really know what they're talking about. Because these are all things that can't exist. And they don't seem that sensitive to that. They'll, you see, so I think it's good to put in some kind of language. What do you call the optative? Which could have existed on its own, or which might have existed on its own, because it can't. You see, so if you say which exists on its own, it's already throws into question whether the translator understands what they're talking about. Is it too cold?
It's a little cold.
Pretty cold.
Well, it's coming here because I'm like the only one who likes cold. That's why it comes over here.
The Sankhya,
You got that? Yeah. Excuse me.
This document is now in the reference part of the reference folder of the Dropbox.
Okay, good.
Right.
Whoever wants to open it.
Thank
And then, so he's going to deny that a self, all right, could exist by nature, or that the self could exist by nature. And then he's going to deny that the dakiwa,
Dakiwa.
Oh, the
Mine.
the self.
the self,
Self.
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You're still kissable, but you're a little far away. Okay, Daki. I had Veronica there yesterday, and I said I was going to kiss her, but now it's, uh-oh.
What you mean by self? This is
Dakiwa.
It's the, it's like naiwa,
Belongs to the self.
like the mind. This is the mind, this is the me, and this is the mind.
Mine.
So he's going to deny that me could exist by nature, and then he's going to exist by some nature of its own, and then he's going to deny that the mind can exist by some nature. So that's the context in which the Sankhya school comes.
Cool.
Okay, that's why, and I think that point isn't made very often. You know, why are we talking about Sankhya's at all? And the original reference to Sankhya is by Master Chandrakirti, and his explanation is maybe one of the best.
Wow.
So we're going to go there also. We're going to kick ass on the Sankhya because I was so embarrassed by not doing the mind only very well yesterday.
Isn't it in the Garjuna too, in wisdom?
It could be, I don't know.
Dakle ma yin.
It could be that, yeah. Okay, Dambala Drup. So we're going to deny a self, right, that could exist through some nature of its own in 6 different categories, 6 different sections, okay? Shende tape pumpale ngo tadepe dakak. We're going to deny a self which could have been of some basic separate nature, okay, than the part body and mind. And that self, dak, is something that's labeled or made up by, okay, Shende, non-Buddhist schools, other groups. Okay, so the other groups fantasize the self, which could be unrelated to the body and mind, which means soul. Okay, like a Christian soul. Okay, that could exist without any connection to body and mind. Okay, so that's the first job, is to treat the dak, the self nature that other schools talk about, and that's, well, we'll get there. And then there's, he's going to fight against, right? He's going to deny the beliefs of Rangde.
Our school.
Good, yeah. Now, we had Rangde in 2 contexts. Just to remind you, when there's already been a Shende in other schools, then Rangde clearly means Buddhist. But sometimes Rangde can mean the school. Great. He's just too much. Okay. Don't tell Annie, okay? All right. we're going to refute our own schools who believe that the self is the body and mind itself. The body and mind itself, the 5 parts, the 5 heaps are the self. Okay, that's too much. They went too far. Okay, so the non-Buddhist schools say it's not related to the body and mind at all. It's independent of body and mind. And then there's some of our schools who say it is the body and mind. That's me. Rather than, well, we're getting to it right now. Then there's a denial of 3 other positions which are left over after you treat those 2. Okay, lakma.
Leftover.
What's tuklak?
Leftover soup.
Yeah, leftover soup. What's laksam namdak?
Highest.
Responsibility.
Yeah,
Self-responsibility.
ultra responsibility. So hak means more, like leftover pizza or something. Okay, so so after you treated those 2 wrong beliefs, one that the soul, the self, is not related to your body and mind, by non-Buddhist schools, and then Buddhist schools who say the soul is the body and mind, or the self is the body. Then what's left over? You know, what other weird beliefs are there? There's 3 other ones I'm going to deal with, which are left over. For example, the idea of a basis and something resting on that basis. What that is, we don't know. Okay, it could be that the basis is the 5 heaps. You see, probably something like that. Now that gets close to a Buddhist, a Prasangika view.
Yeah, sounds okay.
This was a weird wording, and I had to go look it up. Deny a substantial person, okay, that gets into Utpala's language. Deny a person who could be substantial, which is neither that thing or the lack of that thing, okay, which isn't, I'm sorry, I should say this, the person who isn't present either in that or in that. Either in this or that. This is the neither this or that school. Okay, neither this or that school. And it means neither in the body and mind or separate from the body and mind. And they say judamepa. Judamepa.
Beyond expression.
Yeah,
Something.
beyond words.
Yeah.
Okay, this is some other school. They say no, nobody can say, it's too deep. It's beyond words. You can't say it. Okay. Dak tene tapat sam du shapa pedan che per she. That the self is just labeled through dependence, which sounds like sugang.
We're denying that?
No, there's no gok here. There's a she. Okay.
Absurd.
Yeah, an explanation.
Examples.
An explanation of why, the self is just something labeled by the image which comes out of your karmic seed, right? And then he's going to use an example, along with an example, okay? Pedan chepa. Pedan chepa means he's going to use an example. Like, for example, mirrors are popular for that kind of example. Okay, in the 5 reasons, the 5 proofs, mirrors are very. For Tumpe Yamdat, what's Tumpe Yamdat? I can have a chocolate drink while I wait for you.
Ultimate soup.
Correct teaching?
It's the 4th element of every syllogism.
Yeah.
Oh, example.
But it's not just be, it's
Classic.
Tumpe Yamdat.
Example.
Perfect example?
Tumpe means something
In
which
accord.
does possess 1 and 2. I'm sorry, you could say 3 and 2.
3 and 2.
Oh, example of the
Exception and
reason.
the reason?
Like if I say, take this drink, it's chocolate because it was made from a chocolate bean or something like that. Then a Tumpe Yandak is chocolate milk. You know, it's both chocolate and it's made from a chocolate bean. It incorporates the 2 elements I'm talking about, one of which you accept already, and one which you don't accept already. Okay? So it just means a good example for what you're trying to prove. But it's called a harmony example. tumpe yandan. Yeah, the technical logic term is tumpe yandan. So he's going to give tumpe yangdaks. Data shapala tajin. Data shapala tajin kitopa banglawe yundan dembo. A demonstration. Okay, don't always say teaching. Okay, a demonstration of why, if that's the way you posit a self, okay, you can, I'm sorry my thing's not working, you can easily, lawa, you can easily give up the wrong idea which holds to the two extremes, okay, tarta, okay. If you do it that way, what? Labeled at number 5. Okay, if you do it that way, then it'll be easy to give up. This is not working. The wrong idea. It's moving on my screen. It's not moving on the TV.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe you should disconnect and reconnect. Oh, there you go.
Works now.
Okay.
We're back.
Maybe he should have some coffee. Okay, got it. Yunten means it's a good quality of that viewpoint. Number 5. If you explain that the self is something which is labeled, then that has the yunten, that has the advantage that it's easy to get rid of extreme view if you understand the self that way. Got it?
Yep.
You okay? Stanley's looking. You need some coffee? Okay. Well, it hasn't taken effect yet.
In that number 3,
Number
when
3.
you present the negative, is there the best way to capture the flavor of how
Number
it's
3?
presented in?
Or number 4?
Denying 3 leftover.
Oh, sorry, number 4.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
If
I would
it's not
present the
either this or
mepa
that,
this
or
way.
it is either.
Yeah, it's a little radical, right? It says refusing a substantial person. It's because they don't exist either in that or in the other. That's technically what it says. Okay, you have to find a smoother English, but that's your job every day. Tombolani, chongama jepanan look de kapo. The first one, number 1, dealing with the wrong idea of non-Buddhist schools who say there's a soul which is not connected to the body and mind. Okay. First, chok lama japa is a standard logic term. It means I will describe their position to you. I will state japa. Lama means the previous one. Chok means position or side. I will explain to you the other side. Okay, I'll give you the other side's view. So first he's going to explain what they believe, and then he's going to gakpa.
Stop it.
Yeah, and then he'll prove why it's wrong. Okay, so but first he'll give them a chance to talk for themselves. Tell me what this weird Sankhya view is. Can you describe it to me? And his description of the school he doesn't believe in, similar to Master Vasubandhu, presenting the Abhidharma Kosha, is masterful. You see, he does a better job of explaining Sankhya than I've ever heard of Sankhya, which I think would make it very interesting to teach in a Sankhya school, because they don't really know what they're talking about, to be honest. Okay. Dambani jikso la tawe mikpa dakte chishik che deni mishepe tunshik chena. This is actually a paraphrase of Chandakirti. And we'll do Chandakirti. And we're also going to do somebody named Gelong Shirab Wangbo, who lived about 80 years after Tsongkhapa. And he's a good commentator of Gompa Absal. And then, so we're doing Gompa Absal, we're doing Chandakirti, and we're doing Gelong Shirab Wangbo. Dambani jingso la tawe mikpa dakte chishik che. So this is cool, and it relates to Sugang's text, okay? It says, okay, Jigsaw La Tawa, which in your book is called Jikta, it's shortened to Jikta. This is the full form, Jigsaw La Tawa, the view of the perishable assembly, okay? Meaning, the view of the body and mind, which will die, self. Okay, or sometimes the jik is explained as
The world.
Thing that will destroy
The-
you.
no. That's
The view
that's the first one.
what's destroyed when you see him.
Yeah, the view is
Oh, that
destroyed.
way.
Okay, so the jik is either modifying sok, or the jik is modifying the tawa. Okay, the assemblage, the group of parts which will be destroyed, or the idea about the parts which will be destroyed. The idea will be destroyed. Tawa.
Tawa.
Yeah, don't say tawa. Okay, mikpa. Dakte, chishikche. Then it all starts out like this, okay? Chandakirti has been talking about the first link. And he says all the trouble in your world, all the suffering you ever had was because you were misunderstanding.
Yourself.
Be careful.
Me and mine.
Me and mine. Oh, you're just too far away. Okay? All the trouble in your life has come because the first link. You've been misunderstanding me and mine. Okay? And then somebody says, well, what is that misunderstanding focused at? You know, what does that misunderstanding think is there that's not there? Okay? What's the nga and the nga yiwa? What's the me and the mine that it thinks is there? Okay? And then there's and then they say, well, okay, jigsaw tawe mikpa, the one that it looks like, at the self that the perishable view looks at, destruction view looks at, chishikche, what's it like? Okay? Chishikche, deni mishepe, I don't understand. That's a good way to start. And that's a direct, he's taking a line out of Chandakirti. Somebody else comes to Chandakirti and says, I don't get this Sankhya view, you know, what do they think is the self? Okay? And dun shik, this is the imperative. It's not the past tense of destroyed do. So what's it mean?
One,
Dun shik,
For
Give
the
me a
sake of
teaching.
getting more-
teach me,
Oh,
teach me,
Explain.
okay? Teach me, yeah, teach me what it is.
Oh, so sheik makes turn an imperative?
Yes,
That's how it does it?
yeah, yeah, dun shik
But
means,
the chain now is like, please.
no, if you say,
Oh,
okay,
if you say-
yeah, if you come to me and say, I don't understand what the first link is focusing at. What kind of self, what kind of me does the first link think it sees? Can you explain it to me, please? Okay. If you ask me, well, Dilani. Yeah, I'll give you two versions. As far as Shende,
So is
Other
that-
schools.
yeah, as far as other schools, non-Buddhist schools, I'll give you two versions.
Did they name the Sankhyas? Oh, here we go, right here.
Well, I'm going to give it here. Okay, Tangchengi Lukjipa. I will express the position of the Sankhya.
The Zhangchen.
The
Yeah,
counter-
Tang means numbers,
Number,
Yeah.
which is Sankhya, short A, Sankhya. Numberist is Sankhya. Strengthen the vowel. You strengthen the vowel. Short vowel, Sanskrit, long vowel, okay? So Sankhya studies Sankhya's.
Numerous study numbers.
Yeah, okay, so, and what's it, Serkyas?
Study.
Their
Accountants?
Kapilas follow Kapila.
Oh, Kapila.
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 They Kapila.
Capital.
Anyway, okay, Sankhya's. Sankhya's follow Sankhya. They count Sankhya's. Why? They say all things divide into 25.
Oh.
They're big on 25. Okay, they got this thing about 25 important things in the universe. Okay, and they're called. They count 25. Okay, okay, got it. And then there's the Chedakpa, which is not Chedamawa.
Right.
So you will make that mistake and you will embarrass yourself someday. Chedamawa is Vaibhashika. It's the lowest Buddhist school, the Abhidharma and the Vinaya, right? Chedakpa is a Hindu school called Vaisheshika. No, the first sha. Vaisheshika. Shika.
Which is different from the shots?
This is retroflex. The percentage sign is a retroflex. I remember choosing these symbols at midnight And I was leaving the next morning, and I was like, oh, what the hell? Let's use a percentage sign. Because it has a dot, and a dot goes under the S.
Retroflex and then
Just to say sha, 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 sha. Sha, sha, sha. Oh, sorry. And then turn your tongue back. Retroflex. Bend it back. Sha, sha, sha.
It comes before the other shot. What? Is it?
So before an I, a normal sha changes to retroflex. Okay. Vai she shika. Vai she shika. Vai she shika. Okay. Okay. And then he says, etc. Plus other people. Plus other people. So first I'll give you the Sankhyas, because that was very strong because of the influence of a great scholar of the Sankhya's called,
Master Patanjali?
no, what's that dude's name? Great
Shankara.
stuff. Shankara. Shankaracharya.
He's not Sankhya.
He's not?
No,
Oh,
he's
did I make a
Vedanta.
boo-boo? Oh, maybe I made a mistake. Okay, here we go. Dambani.
Hero of Vedanta.
He's the Vedanta.
I want to skip now to Chandakirti, okay? You can understand Tsongkhapa better if you go to Chandakirti.
Yeah.
You can understand Chandakirti better if you go to Gelong Shirabwambo. Okay, so I'm going to start with Gelong Shirabwambo, 100 years after Tsongkhapa, basically.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Did you give us a rough translation for Vaisheshika?
I forget what I call them, but I think it's something like detailers.
Okay.
And then in the English, you have to be careful between detailist and detailer. Okay, detailer.
Yeah.
That's my suggestion.
Detailist is like those who proclaim the details, and this is just the detail.
Well,
Sort of-
that's a long story.
Okay.
How about trivial,
Detail.
How about what?
trivial items?
Well, I don't know why they're called detailers, so we'd have to look it up. Anyway, I thought we'd go to Gelong Shirabwangbo first, who wrote a commentary to Tsongkhapa's explanation.
These guys are the sister schools
Okay.
of Nyaya, the logic school.
We're going to find it in your thing. I don't know a lot about the Hindu schools, to tell you the truth. He's, you know. Okay. Sumba Jikte Mikyu Shepala. So I'm going to an easier explanation by Gelong Shirabwambo, so you can understand Tsongkhapa.
Awesome.
And I might go from Gelong Shirabwambo directly to Chandakirti, and then back to Tsongkhapa, because Chandakirti is pretty cool. I mean, it's actually very cool. Okay, Sumba Jikte Mikyu Shepala. Can you explain to me the object which is focused upon by Jikta? The link number 1, destruction view. Destruction view. What does it think it sees? What does it think it sees? Okay. Ona jikte migyo ki nga de jita yin shena. Oh well, what is the I? What is the me that destructible view is focused on, as opposed to the naiwa, yeah, the mind. So this is Gelong Shirabwambo's simplification of Jet Tsongkhapa, which is a rephrase of Chandakirti. So we're going to do all three, because you can't really understand it without all three. Dila Shengi Dupa, on this subject, Dila, I'll give you Shengi Dupa, what other people think, and then I'll give you Rangluk, our side, what we think. Okay, Rangluk always means our side. Dambo Shende Dutsuni, he's very simple, right? He repeats. Here's the first one, which is what other people believe. Okay, he's kind of our level. Sapo tagna chepo mimbe da. Okay, say sapo. Tagna chepo mimbe da. Cheso sumbatar. Okay, I'm gonna give. He quotes a line from somebody. I don't know who it is. I didn't go that far. Which is. He's discussing Sapo, Tagman, Chepo, Mimida. Sapo means it is the eater. We had it in Kamala Shila. It's the consumer. He's the consumer.
Karma comes, the postman.
He's the
Or
consumer.
the
No,
postman with the same discussion.
it's like he's the experiencer of the results of karma. Sapo, he's the consumer. Okay, the eater, literally eater.
Yeah.
And he's a Tapeng Mupo.
he's an imputed object.
Come on.
It's
RT.
Permanent thing. He's a
Oh.
permanent.
Oh,
Unchanging.
yeah, okay, good.
functioning thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's,
yeah.
he's a thing which does something that never changes.
Yeah.
He's a thing which does something and never changes, which is a contradiction of terms in Buddhism.
Right.
You can't do anything without changing.
Yeah.
Okay? When you do something, you have to move. When you move, you change.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's like God in the Christian idea.
Yeah.
Okay? He made the world, but he's never changed. Something like that.
Christians don't say he's unchanging, do they?
Well, they say eternal.
They sort of
Right,
assume.
That's different.
Yeah, okay. That anyway, it's that similar idea. Someone who the Christians would say unchanging in the sense of never started,
And never.
but still does things.
Yeah.
Okay. Takmo Chepo Min. But he's not the creator.
Oh.
Chepo Min. Mayan. Okay. In the sense of having created the what we call the namgyurs, which are the expressions of the universe. Okay. Okay. He has not created the expressions, the different expressions. They call expressions in Sankhya school. Okay. Vikara.
No.
Vikara.
What are?
We'll get there.
It's not the tattvas.
No.
Okay.
Some of the tattvas are Vikara and some of them aren't.
Okay.
Okay. That's confusing, and
No, it's okay.
I studied it last night really long, and I'm fresh on it, and I'll forget it tomorrow. Okay, Minbedak. So that's a self. That's a, excuse me? What?
How do you know the Mimpa is not saying that he's not a?
Oh, because I read 3 other commentaries. Okay. The self, which is not the creator, which is an unchanging, functioning thing, which consumes, and there's others. There's more to the list. This is ... Che Sok Sumbatar. So following this description of the Sankhya beliefs, here's the Sankhya's position. Sankhya Nare. Okay? The Sankhya's say, here's what the Sankhya's say. Sheja la nishu tsangna. All shejas. So instead of using the word for tattva,
Okay.
in Buddhism, they will often use the word sheja. Okay? Existing things, all existing things from Adam's text, all existing things can be counted into 25. Nishu tsangna is the full form of 25 in Tibetan. You can also say nyerna using the numberizer for the 20s. Okay, 25. Either way, nyerna is more common. Nishu tsangna is the full form of the number 25. Nge means, what does nge mean with a number I told you a couple times?
And only.
Yeah, 25, no more, no less.
Okay.
Exactly 25. Okay. Mm. She ser.
They say.
They claim.
They claim, okay? It's a put down. Ser. They they say, they say. Okay. It's a claim. They claim. So you should translate it as they claim. Okay. Detayan de shungle. Let's quote their own book. Okay.
Oh.
I don't know what the book is. You can maybe find it somewhere. Let's quote their own text. Okay. Here's their text.
That'd be cool to figure out.
Yeah, I didn't take the time.
No, that's
It's quoted a couple times. I believe the earliest quotation I found was Chandrakirti, his auto commentary. Sawe Rangshin. So it means now. Rangshin. You maybe know the word in Hinduism for Rangshin.
Purusha?
Nope, the opposite.
Or Prakriti?
Prakrti.
Prakriti.
Prakrti.
Put together?
Please don't say kriti. Okay, and all of them say kriti. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay, prakrti. Prakrti. Not prakrti, because that's a long A, and that would mean he's not the maker. Okay, the very much not maker. Prakrti. Okay, so this is a famous thing. You go to a Hindu ashram, everybody's talking about prakrti. Prakrti means nature, capital N. You know, nature. The, and it kind of means nature in the sense of the guy, the embodiment of nature, the big guy who made the world or something like that. Okay.
Mother
Mother Nature. Yeah, okay. I like that. That's a good way.
Also,
Oh, that's cool.
So Tsawe Rangshin means the root of all things, right? The most basic nature. So that's just like saying Mother Nature. The Tsawa here kind of like saying Mother Nature. The one which gave birth to all things. Okay? Root nature. Now, their use of language is weird, and just, be aware and don't freak out. Okay? Nature made person, and person met happiness, and okay, they talk like that. The real Sankhya's. Okay, well, Sankhya's in the time of Shankirti. Okay. Tsawe Rangshin, okay. Mother Nature is not a namgyur. Okay, namgyur is an ancient synonym for debu,
Oh,
result. Okay, and it means an expression. You see what I mean? The blouse that Jigme chose today is an expression of her taste. No, I like it. It's pretty. It's something I would choose. But it means, if you think about it, it means it's a result of her taste. You see what I mean? An expression of her taste comes after her taste. Her taste created the expression today. Her taste decided, and then the result is that she's wearing this blouse. You see what I mean? So we call expression. Okay, namgyur. I believe it's vikara. Vikara. I made a list of all the Sanskrit words for you.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did it in your text.
golly, cool.
Where is your text? Yeah, here it is.
Wow, Pradana.
Here's
Oh
the.
my-
Uh,
Look at you.
But
You're hired.
yeah, here they are. Here's the 25 in your text. Okay,
Whoa.
and I put all the names of them. Okay.
Oh my God.
Because I was so embarrassed by the mine only yesterday that I thought I had to prove myself. Okay.
You already won us, but if that's what.
No, but I'm gonna have to. I still gotta crack his goddamn text. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So Tsawe Rangshin Prakriti is a vikara.
Okay. Or is not.
Oh, sorry, he's not.
Okay.
Okay. Now that's a contradiction in Buddhism. He's a cause, but he's not a result.
Yeah. Right.
He's the cause of all things, but nobody made him.
Right.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
This is Christian
Big Bang.
belief. Yeah. Yeah. Big Bang also. Yeah.
Is it Big Bang?
Big Bang. Causing but not caused, which in Buddhism is impossible. Okay, and just that much proves in Buddhism that things had no beginning. Just saying that nothing can be a cause without being a result. Okay, Namgyur Mayan, he's not. Okay, Chembo Sok. Chembo means Mahat. Mahat in Sankhya, it's big with a capital B. The big, and it's a synonym in Sankhya for Buddhi.
Yeah. Right.
Okay,
Intellect?
Kind of.
they say intellect, yeah, lo in Tibetan, lo. So lo and chembo are synonyms in the Sankhya system for the second of the 25 things. Okay, you can say Buddhi or you can say Mahat. Okay, okay, and that in itself is confusing already. Okay, so chembo is Mahat or Buddhi is one of a group of 7 of the 25. 7 of the 25 hang together.
Okay.
Okay,
I see it.
and they are both. And I got this from another commentary. You're supposed to put a dung in between here.
To make it grateful.
They are both Rangshin and Namgyur.
Oh.
They are part of Prakriti, and they are also Vikara.
They also have an
Okay, they are results, but they are still part of
Prakriti.
nature, capital N.
The result of it is-
Okay, so they are both Rangshin, Prakriti, and Vikara.
Cool.
Okay, so we got first we got Prakriti, who's not Vikara, who's not a result, right? Only a cause, and then we got 7 guys. The next 7, now we're covered the first 8 of the 25. First one is Mama, Mother Nature. The next 7 are his expressions. So they're part of Prakriti and they're also expressions, results. Okay. Then we got 16, which are only expressions. Okay, the third line. Chuduponi, the next 16 are namgyurs. Okay, they are expressions, meaning results of prakriti. Okay, so how we got now?
What, 24?
We got 24.
So he's saying Mahat is Prakriti and an expression, but then the 16 are expressions, but not necessarily Prakriti.
They're expressions
herself.
of, yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this verse from the Sankhya's is categorizing them into groups by are they namgyurs or not, and are they prakriti or not. Okay, got it? So these are just namgyurs. They are results. 16, the next 16. We'll get there. We'll talk about them. Then Kyebu, which is Purusha, okay? Person, capital P.
Kyebu.
Kyebu,
Oh, Kyebu.
you know,
That's-
Purusha.
That would be concept.
So Sankhya's got two big things, nature and person. Capital N, capital P, okay? Big P, person. What they call Purusha, okay? So their two main forces in the universe are Prakriti and Purusha, okay? And their relationship, and that's the cool thing about these presentations. They describe liberation according to the Sankhya's, which is tied up with the relationship between nature and person.
Right.
Okay, and if that relationship works out smoothly, you are liberated. And if there's a tension, you are not liberated. But how that works, it's a cool thing.
Cool.
And it's kind of weird. And I never heard that in the Bahamas. I like it. It's kind of the why the hell are you talking about nature and person? Because there's something has to be fixed between them for you to get to nirvana. Okay, right now there's something going wrong between them. Okay, roughly. Okay,
So
and
they
we'll
know what they're after, but they don't know how to do it.
yeah, and they also think the doc is causing some kind of trouble. You see, that's why we're talking about them. They also think there's some kind of trouble going on with doc, with person.
Right.
Okay, so got it?
Which is what we think.
Yeah, because
And we have to realize.
that's why they came in Chandakirti. That's why they appeared, because we're on the subject of what does the jikta look at.
Yeah,
So don't forget the context. And I never got context when I was at the Bahamas. Like this is cool. There's a problem with this dot. Okay, even the non-Buddhists say that, and they say you can get liberation if you figure out the problem, if you solve the problem. Okay, cool. All right. You okay?
It's really a problem with Dangzin, not.
Yeah, a belief in this non-existent thing. Okay, here we go. Sheshe Patar. Ask this.
What
Any
what
questions?
just happened? Yeah, Kyebu, Rangshin.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kebur is Rangshin Mayan.
Okay,
Oh,
but
oh,
Purusha is
great,
not
good.
Prakriti.
Yeah. Purusha is not Prakriti.
Right.
And it's also not Namgyur, and half the texts have the wrong spelling here and made it the opposite.
Wow.
That's disastrous.
Half the texts are wrong. It drove me nuts. You know,
Yeah,
it cost
that's
me dinner.
How did you find the scan and like look at?
No, I finally found a commentary that explained why it's min.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
really
And it
confusing.
frustrated the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because you got here now all the possibilities. It's Mushi Musum actually. Okay? The first one is Rangshin but not Namgyur. The second one is Rangshin and Namgyur. The third one is just Namgyur. It doesn't say not Rangshin but Prakriti, but it's probably saying that. And then the last one is neither nor. Okay, so the Sankhya's have categorized the 25 into 4 groups by a Mushi Musum. What's one and not the other, what's one and not the other, what's neither, and what's both. Okay, and that's how they explain their 25. That's how they group their 25. And half the text say yin here, as does Gelong Sherab Wambong. But he corrects himself later. So somebody miscarved it, or something like that. Very frustrating. Sheshe Patar, say Chitso. Chitso. This is a later word for Rangshin that came up. And I don't find it in the Sanskrit. Okay, it may be there. Tso is pradana, and that is used in Sankhya, pradana. And the Tibetans said chitso, they called it chitso, which chi means overall, granddaddy, big, president.
It's the same soul that Master Shantideva talks about? That in the
Yeah,
common
yeah, it
soul?
is. Yeah, in the end, it's the same. Jitso means prakriti.
Just
Okay.
another word.
It's another word for prakriti. And there's another word for purusha, which I'll give you later. Okay. But sometimes you will see in Buddhist literature prakriti referred to as pradhana. Okay, pradhana. Which is like first principle. Sometimes they call first principle. Yeah. Granddaddy of all things. In normal English. In colloquial English, we say granddaddy of all things. But we say mother nature, so one gets to be a boy, one gets to be a mother. A girl. Lo am chambo. Sorry, the next one is lo, also known as chambo. The am means also known as. So you can call it buddhi, or you can call it mahat. Okay. That's number 2. Has 2 names. Okay. So don't get confused. We're going through in order, but we're not doing the numbers. We're going to do that later. Well, here's a place to do it, but there's better ways. There's better presentations. This is not bad.
Okay.
Number 3 is called Nagyo.
Ahara.
Ahankara. Ahankara.
It's all short
It
days.
says Nagyo. That's cool.
Aham means me, self, I.
Nah.
Yeah, nga, ahankara means
This is
maker. And the full form in Tibetan is Dakar Zimbe Dangzin or something. I'll show it to you.
okay.
Actually, I have it here. Ngar Zimbe Ngagyo. See how they translated it? The Tibetans stretched it out. Pride which holds to me.
Yeah.
Pride which holds to me
Yeah.
is the Tibetan translation for ahankara.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To distinguish between just pride.
Well, the Sanskrit is me maker. Okay. Aham means me. It's in the Vajrayogini Sadhana. Shuddha Sarvadhamma, Shuddha Sarvadhamma. Hum.
Yeah, yeah.
Om Shuddha Sarvadhamma, Shuddha. Sardo. When you get an O, the A drops out from a hum. I am all things. Subhava Shuddha Hum. Subhava Shuddha Hum. Then the Tibetans corrupted it to hum or something. But it's aham. It's me. I am.
I am that.
Yeah, and before an AS, after an AS, A gets dropped out, the AS changes to O, and there's an elision. There's a
Yeah, yeah.
there's a break.
Exactly how that thing's called.
Yeah,
The
that little thing that looks like a nya.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if you're interested,
Yeah.
you are.
An illusion.
It means a vowel drops out, is required to drop out in Sanskrit. Atmakas aham. Atmakas aham is part of a famous mantra in Vajrayogini. Atmakas aham. Atmaka means Dagni. I am the combination of all things. Then Atmakas aham. There's an elision of the A in aham. Aham. It changes to hum. And the kas has to change to ko.
Okay.
So Atmako hum.
Got it. Yeah.
Then the Tibetans started to mishear it as hum. So they will say Atmako hum or Atmako hum.
How do they translate it in Tibetan? We use
Atma.
apostrophe.
Oh,
They use-
they have a little symbol that looks like a nya
In Sanskrit
Okay.
or in Tibetan?
in Tibetan.
Okay. Which the Sanskrit
And
looks like.
it goes like this,
Uh-huh.
and then this part has a little tail on it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, and that means an elision.
Okay.
In transcription, we use an apostrophe in Sanskrit.
Right. And then what would we use in Tibetan? In Roman Tibetan?
Apostrophe. They put a nya there,
Okay.
which is one of the only ambiguities in our system.
Okay.
They don't know enough to know that it's not a nya.
Okay.
Oh, I
Of course.
see.
Okay,
Okay.
so you just have to figure it out. Okay. We should have used the percentage sign or something, but we just didn't have that sophistication. It's rare. It's
Yeah.
extremely
It's
rare.
pretty much in mantras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it in Devanagari?
It's like a little S-looking thing. It's like.
Oh
a
yeah,
line.
it looks like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so we have 2 so far. Oh, that's 3. Ahankara. Tibetans called it pride. You see all kinds of things in English in Sankhya schools. What do they call it? Ahankara.
I mean, they
You
call
can look it up
or
online.
That's what they call
They,
it.
well, they have some weird English for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Pers-
they call it like ego or.
Oh, ego's okay. Ego's okay. Ego's not bad. That's. I hate to agree with them on something, but
I've seen eye maker.
okay.
Ego consciousness.
Ego's pretty good.
Ugh,
Ego's pretty good
I don't
actually.
blame you.
Ego's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, the next 5 are the tan matras. Tan matra. Say tan matra. It means tat matra. And when the T joins with an M inside a single word,
Okay.
the T has to change to N. Tan matra. Tan matra. Okay, so detsam. Detsam means just that, and I would like to translate it as basic building block or something like that. It just means just that. But what it means is the basic components of all physical form, which are sa, chu, me, lung, namka. The 5. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Go back. I'm sorry. I misspoke. Sukta tiro richa.
Form.
Visible things. In this case, translate suk as don't say form.
Visible things.
Yeah, visible
Sound.
things, hearable things, smellable things, tasteable things, and touchable things. I'd like to see the Heart Sutra translated that way, but. Or you can say things you can see, things you can hear, things you can smell, things you can taste, things you can touch. Okay, that's a maybe easier way to translate the Heart Sutra. Okay, so those 5 are the tan matras, which means tat matra, which means just that. Just that. They're just the basic things, the basic stuff. Okay, got it? Now, this is cool because he says, Dele Chung. So he's putting you're going to see a progression.
Yeah, from these.
Starts with
emanate.
nature, then goes to mind, and then that changes to ego, and then that becomes the basic building blocks of the universe, and then from that comes sa, chu, me, lung, namka. Mahabhuta. Usually they call it Mahabhuta. Jungwa Chembo. We talked about it in Adam's text.
Yeah.
Oftentimes to clarify which Buddha you're talking, because Buddha can mean ghost also. I mean, so Jungbo. So to make it clear, we call it Maha, the big ones, meaning the ones that help create all matter. Okay, but here it's interesting because he says they come from the Tan Matras. Tan Matra. Okay, they come from the Tan Matras. The 5 elements. He added a 5th one, which is space. Okay, Sa, earth, water, fire, wind, and space. Okay, so for them, 5 elements. Space allowing things to stand in a place, which some people argue is a function, and then space is changing, but that's another story. Okay, Sachim, the Jungwanga, Mahabhuta. Okay, from that comes the 6, Manendra. Sorry, yeah, Manendra. Manas Indra. I'm sorry, Manendriya. Lo Wang,
Does it?
Manendriya.
It says
What do they say?
from.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
Anyway, I want you to
Considered a separate
be comfortable with Lo Wang. Loi Wangbo.
low-
Wangbo is a power, meaning a sense power. Indriya. Indriya in Sanskrit. And they are Manas Indriya,
Powers
which
of
you can say, you crunch it into Manendriya. A plus I equals E. Manendriya. Okay, Manendriya. Okay, mental powers.
She,
Oh, and then the ne here means from the eye up to the mind.
Oh.
He doesn't list them all. Okay? From the sense power of the eye up to the power of the mind. Par.
Including the rest of
Yeah,
the
and this should have been
senses.
par. This should have been par. Ne goes with par. Ne goes with par. From this up to that. From this up to that. Ne goes with par. From the sense power of the eye to the sense power of the mind, these are the manendras.
No, we had
Manendriyas.
the Mahabuddhas necessarily coming from the Tanmatras.
Well, he said, Lay, that he didn't draw a causal connection between these two. I'm going to give it to you from somewhere else.
Okay.
He hasn't drawn a causal connection
Okay.
between these two.
Because they don't sometimes.
Well,
Cool.
that's why I got 3 explanations
Love
of
it.
it, because different ones have different detail, and altogether they are clear.
And so we're dividing manas up
Okay.
into the.
No, these are the first kind of indriya, and there's another kind of indriya, karmendriya, karma indriya,
The
which joins together as karmendriya,
Power of action.
and that karma means function. They do things, powers you need to do things, and that's our next subject. Okay, which there's 5 of them. The first one is vak, speech. Okay, the power of speech. Okay, the power of speech. These are karma indriya, meaning you use them to do things. You use them to function. You use them to speak. For example, your vak siddhi, vak, the voice came into English as voice, came into Latin as vox. Came into Jimi Hendrix's guitar amp as vox. Okay, ngaki wambo, the power of speech. Then your hands, lakpa.
legs.
Then your feet. Then your asshole, coop.
Coop don't-
That's the coop we had yesterday.
Yeah. Coop. If you're
Kyakpa
looking for a-
chepala, coop ke.
if you're looking for
Kep-
something,
kepa.
cut the poop. You wanna cut
The bung hole. It means the muscles of the sphincter of the anus.
the coop?
Okay, yeah, the ones that cut the poop. Okay, and then dome means sexual organ. Okay, the penis. Okay, so
That's it. That's
yeah, they don't normally refer to a lady's one as dome. Just so you know,
Yeah.
dome is the literary word for a penis. Okay, so these are the 5 that do stuff.
What are those 2 in Sanskrit? I'm just curious. Did you?
I don't remember. I didn't look it up. I didn't look it up.
Now's my chance.
This might be Ashwini, right? Ashwini.
bad words and all in
Coop is Ashwini.
Ashmidi?
Well, when you're doing yoga, it's called the horse mudra.
Oh. Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
okay, the 5.
Yeah, I make it up.
He didn't say Leki Wamba, but he should have.
Hey, what did it say?
They're Karmendriya. Karmendriya.
Did he
Kar-
not give a general name for this?
He didn't call them Leki Wambo. He should have called them Leki Wambo to distinguish them from Loi Wambo. You see, these are Manendra. These are Karmendra. But somebody else will. Somebody else coming will.
He just listed them and didn't put a general name.
He didn't specify karma and Indriya. He just called them Indriya.
Oh, and
But he should have called them karma Indriya because these are manas Indriya. Manendriya. Yeah, okay.
This is just wrong.
So 6 manendriya and 5 karmendriya. Okay. Then say dakshiriki kibu. Dakshiriki kibu. This is a term that apparently came up later in Tibet for Purusha, which is kibu. Okay? Kibu is Purusha, person. But this became a very popular term in referring to Purusha. And I don't know if it comes from Sanskrit. It would be something like Atman, Vidya, Purusha or something. So maybe there's a longer version of Purusha. I don't know. But this is very common in Tibetan literature when they talk about, when they criticize the idea of Purusha. They say self, mind, knowing, person. Okay? How we break that out, I don't know.
Well, I was just gonna ask.
You could say the conscious person, who is the self.
Awareness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think Shirdik is modifying Kibu. Purusha, who is conscious, and who is self.
Okay.
Okay. Now, sometimes Prakriti will be called self, dot. So be careful there, okay? Atman. Sometimes Prakriti will be called Atman, but this is a very common, so here you have it, 80 years after Jetsunkalpa.
Cool.
Okay, Dakshayakipapa. Now, when you give a list of numbered things and you want to total them, you say dung, okay? Which makes dung, 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 and 25.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, it was 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 1. Let's do it again. You add it.
Okay.
Ready? 1
1,
plus 1
2,
plus 1
3,
plus 5
8,
plus 5
13,
plus 6
19,
Uh-huh.
plus 5
24,
plus 1.
Purusha. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. Deyang Tsawai Rangshin Namagyo Min. That root Prakriti, Mother Nature, the Prakriti which is the basis of all things, okay, is not a namgyo. It's not an expression. It's not, they say expression. They use the word expression, meaning result. It's not an expression, okay?
Uh-huh.
And when you say an expression of, you're kind of implying there's a doer. You see, the word expression implies someone doing the expressing.
Yeah.
It's an expression of who, what.
Mhm.
When you say expression, you're almost implying a prakriti, or a doer, a creator. But of course, we know prakriti is not a creator. We didn't get to that yet. Okay, so root nature is not an expression. And these are my own notes to myself. Yeah, I was sitting there and it occurred to me it's a cause but not a result. Okay. Then the 7, okay, dun, which is buddhi or mahat, plus the others, which is ahankara and the 5 tanmatras. Okay, those 7 are both. Here's where I got the both which I supplied in the text in the verses. Here's where I got the dung from. They are both prakriti and vikara. They are both nature, capital N, and expression of nature. Okay, got it? The other 16, which is confusing because what's the difference between seeable things, knowable things? Why does that get to be part of prakriti, but the elements don't get to be? It's like confusing to me. I don't know. Anyway, Shen Chudutni, the next 16, the other 16, are expressions. But here also he doesn't say not nature.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see if someone else says it.
Okay.
Okay, it sounds like he's talking a mushi musum, but he doesn't say not nature. Maybe he was afraid to. Then Purusha, Kebu, person, capital P, is Rangshin Dan Namgyo Nika Mayan. That's where I corrected. That's where I corrected the verse from. It is neither nature or an expression. Okay, person, capital P, is neither nature nor an expression. Okay, Sheiser.
That's what they say.
Okay.
So then you would like in hypertexting, you would hypertext together kama is neither, and
Well, Nika
and
means
then
both,
is-
right? Nika
right.
means both.
Both.
Mayan means they are not. It is not both. Meaning
it
in
is not
English,
either.
in English you have to say neither. It is neither. In English you use, with this kind of syntax, and by the way, that's a sign of a bad translation. They will say it is not both, but we don't say in English it is not both. We never say it is not both.
That
Well,
would
we
be
can
We
say
say
it is
it's-
neither, or we could say it is not either. You can say
Well,
Not
not
either.
anyway. Anyway, we say it's neither. You know, is he handsome
Or neither.
or is he strong? Neither. We don't say he's not either. You see what I mean? Normally, we don't say that in English. And a sign of a bad translator is they'll say, not either, or not
Oh,
both.
okay.
Yeah, in my opinion, because in normal English we just say he's neither. He is neither. You see, means he is not both. Okay.
Not either of you.
We don't say he's
Also
not both. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Now, this comment by Shirabwambo was one reason why I included him, because it was so helpful to me. Dayan Di Rangshin, their prakrti, I'm sorry, Rangshin here means cause, and expression here means result. Dudo, that's what they think. They think prakrti is cause. In this discussion of Mushi Musum, is it A or B, or is it both A and B? Is it neither A and B, or is it B but not A? Okay? In this discussion, nature means cause and expression means result. That was very helpful to me.
Wow, great.
Okay.
Buddhist terms for us.
Yeah, that was really helpful to me. So it's a mushi musum between being a cause and a result. What is a cause but not a result? Of the 25, prakrti, Mother Nature. Okay, which are results and causes.
The powers of
No, buddhi,
sense objects.
buddhi or big,
Buddhi.
ahankara, and then the 5 ton matras.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sense objects.
those 7 are both cause and effect. Then the next 6,
15.
which is the elements and something else.
6 to
I'm sorry.
16.
Is it the? Oh, okay.
It's the elements.
Oh, he's gonna say here. Okay, let's go on. You figure it out. Changchen and Chirapa Nikkei Kyang, and this was very helpful to me. His next comment was very helpful to me. The Sankhyas and the Vaisheshikas, both of them, Debekyang, they are the same. Da can sometimes mean the same. Mostly it means similar. They agree on. Okay, they are hold the same position. That Dupa agree that the self, Atman, has 5 different characteristics. Kecha means features. Kecha is as opposed to Keshi. Keshi means the thing that has the features. Kecha means the features. So that's a logic word that you guys should know. Say Keshi. The thing that has the features, meaning the foundation of the, or Kepar means the features.
Kepar.
Yeah, now sometimes Kepar means different. I'm sorry, Kecha. Kepar Kecha. So it's confusing because Kepar sometimes often means especially. Kepar by itself often means especially. So you're going to get confused. Kecha or Kepar can mean the feature of something, which differentiates it from other things. That's the meaning. Okay? So the dak here is the Kecha, Keshi, the thing which has the features. And it has 5 features that both the Sankhyas and the Vaisheshikas can agree on. And then they're not going to agree on something else. Okay? It's so helpful. Gelong Shirabam was so helpful.
What's the kyang doing there?
Excuse me?
The kyang. What's the
Kyang.
kyang?
This is a positive kyang.
Even.
Both of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, also.
It emphasizes both of them. Both of them. Yeah, it's a good question. And they also have some differences between them. Dutsu Mindawa. They also have some differences of opinion. They agree on, even though Yang, they agree that Atman, the self, has 5 features, they disagree on other stuff. Okay? And he's going to specify it, which is, I'm going to kiss him, but he's already dead. By the way, you never say dead of a lama. You say passed on to nirvana. Okay. Mindate. Dangchengi Dagde, the Atman, according to the Sankhya's, okay, the me according to the Sankhya's, and here you could get a little taste of Atman meaning dak, meaning the non-existing thing which the first link is looking at.
Oh,
See, here you have the word used, dak, the self, meaning in Buddhism the non-existent self, the gakcha. Okay, Changchen dak. By the way, they believe in it, right? We believe that that's a dogme. We believe that's a stupid kind of dog. Come on,
but this
you
is
know, created everything but wasn't made himself. Okay, but it is in the list of dogs that Buddhists deny.
Right.
But it's so crude that we don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, we're more interested in the gakcha of the 6 flavors of emptiness. That's what we're interested in. Okay, starting with her dog that she's been studying. Rangya Tupa, Zeya, substantial, self-standing. Okay, here we go.
It's an eater.
These are the 5 that they both agree on.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Do they both eat?
The one who eats.
I'm sorry. Well, let's see. Jang Jengi Date.
Are we talking about Purusha Prakriti now? Purusha?
Oh, that's a good question. It must be Prakriti, because it's the same as we heard him describe before as Sapo. Sawapo, the eater. He is the eater, colon. Meaning, okay, now he explains the word eater, consumer. He's the consumer in the sense that he is the experiencer or the enjoyer of the results.
That's definitely Purusha then.
Yeah. No, Prakriti.
Can't be. We'll see what happens.
Really?
Yeah.
But didn't they just say,
Prakriti doesn't experience anything.
Yeah, Prakriti just sits there.
but, oh, Sapo Min? I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah. No. Sapo means, oh, the negative distributes the Sapo. Okay, so I misread it? No. Anyway,
What is Sabos?
eater,
Eater.
consumer.
Right, it would have to be Purusha.
Okay, maybe it's Purusha. Let's go see. Okay. Sapote. The Atman, okay, I'm gonna go get out of the problem. The Atman is the eater in the sense that it is the experiencer or the enjoyer of the results, okay? And it is not the maker of the results.
Yeah.
Chipamayan. And it is a functioning thing which never changes.
Are we moving through the list of 5 or are we?
Yeah, we're going to the list of 5.
So this is like 1
Third.
was it's the eater.
We're on the
and 2
third.
was it's the.
Yeah, this isn't a positive. Jebu Longchupapo describes eater.
It's the eater in the sense of the experience.
Yeah, in the sense of it's the day.
Okay, and then 2 is it's.
2, but he's not the maker of all results.
Okay.
Okay.
To
3,
resolve the Prakriti
he's a
issue.
unchanging, functioning thing. Okay.
Unchanging functioning.
Yeah,
Is it a
document.
functioning, unchanging thing?
He's a functioning thing which never changes.
Okay.
It's one of our big problems.
About the word order and determining which word is modifying which.
Lupui takpa, which would mean a non-changing thing which is functioning.
Right.
Tape lupo means a functioning thing which is not changing.
Okay.
That's the syntax. Okay.
They would deny that, by the way. It's implied by their position, but they would deny it. I mean, I think he's right.
Well, let's
They would
keep
say
going.
it's wrong.
I'm not clear whether they're talking about Purusha or Prakriti yet. They're talking about Atman. Okay.
Yeah, that should be Purusha.
Okay, next.
We'll see.
He doesn't possess the gunas
Right.
of
That's it.
tamas, I'm sorry, rajas, tamas, and sattva.
Purusha
That's
doesn't
Purusha.
possess the quality.
Does
Yeah.
not possess.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
Purusha.
yeah.
Rajas,
the
tamas,
whole thing
and
about it.
sattva.
In English?
Right. That's why.
Yeah. You see, you hear all kinds of things. See, Hindus always talk about people have 3 natures. You want to talk about them? You know about all this stuff.
Yeah, there's Rajas.
How would you describe a Rajas personality?
Energetic.
Actually, he's going to define them. Let's let him. Anyway, the Buddhists, the Tibetans, chose the word du for rajas, which means particle.
Oh.
Like du tengi bum is an atomic bomb.
Right.
Okay.
I'm
Du.
trying to find the
Okay.
For Rajas?
So yeah, rajas. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Tom?
yeah. Rajas, personality, in Tibetan, was called rajas. Rajas can mean du, and by the way, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it can refer to menstruation. Raj meaning red. So I believe, I'm not, I may be mistaken.
Spelled how? What was it?
Apostrophe D.
RDUL, right here.
R-D-U-L. Right.
It means particle, dust, dirt, drops. Okay, okay.
I wouldn't have guessed
Rajas.
that.
Yeah, go figure. You deal with it.
Yeah, okay.
Mun is
It does mean
Tamas.
menstruation. Yeah, it can mean
Mun is
menstruation.
Tamas and Ying is Sattva.
Yeah,
Well, hold on.
yeah. Tamas means dark, cloudy.
Uh-huh.
Munba means dark.
Uh-huh.
The Tibetans chose the word dark for what was it? Tamas.
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 Yeah.
Tamas.
Okay, and then Yingtop, which means courage.
Even.
Uh-huh.
It means
Sattva.
power of the heart. Means courage in Tibetan, is for sattva. Yeah.
And these are the Yuntans.
And these are the gunas. So Yundan is the translation of guna.
This is one of the reasons we want to call our studio near Guna is because we're not going to teach this.
That's not bad. That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Some people say that's the source of Niguma's
Yeah,
name.
10 May.
Guna Mepa. So this Dak, this Atman, doesn't have these three basic qualities. Okay, lacks these three basic qualities. And Droongi Chawa Dang Den, he does come and go. He does undertake the activities of coming and going. Atman. Atman does come and go.
Doesn't have
Let's do the 5 again.
a-
Okay?
Mixing up Prakati.
It is an experiencer of results. This is not Namgyo, okay? He didn't say expressions. Here he called it results. It does experience results. It is not the creator of the results, but it is a functioning thing which never changes. It doesn't have the qualities of Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva, okay? And number 5, it does come and go. Okay, it does come and go. It does possess the activities of coming and going. Kecha Ngaden de Du. The Sankhyas believe Atman has these 5 qualities. He doesn't say Purusha, but it's confusing to me. We'll go back, we'll go look at other authors.
This feels like a combination of the two. So
Maybe.
Yeah,
We'll
there
go
are some
back and look at other authors, okay?
okay.
Is this the Atman to be denied by Sankhya's? I don't know. We'll go
Probably the
look.
one to be realized.
We'll go look. Well, there's a long story and it's kind of cute.
Oh, that'd be cool if it's,
It's
one
cute.
to deny.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
You just said the song.
for your information, the Vaisheshikas agree with 3 of those, but they disagree with 2 of them.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
3 of them are the same. 3 of them are the same. You're gonna figure it out by deduction from the ones
Big.
they don't agree to.
Yeah.
But they accept they do believe
Big gunas.
that is the doer of results. It is the maker of results. Atman is the maker of results.
Wait, that's not an agreement. That's a.
No, they disagree with these 2.
Oh, good.
You
Okay.
see, the Sankhya said it is not the creator,
Right.
right? Where?
Oh.
Up at here. Not the creator of results is Atman, according to Sankhya.
Got it.
But the Vaisheshikas say, I'm sorry, you're wrong about that one.
Okay.
It is the creator of results. And number 2, it does have those 3 qualities.
Okay.
Okay? Do we disagree with you on 2 of the 5 attributes of Atman?
The other two.
The Vaisheshikas. Okay? Yes.
Your mic is falling down.
I'm recording now my stomach. Okay.
How are we doing on batteries on that thing?
How are we doing on time?
4 minutes.
We have 4 minutes.
Oh, let's finish this. Let's finish Gelong Sherabwambo. We'll finish Gelong Sherabwambo, then we'll go to Chandakirti, then we'll go back to Jason Kappa. Okay?
4 minutes?
And we can do it in your class, right?
Sure.
No, I mean, we're going to finish Gelong Sherab Wambo.
Right.
By the way, it's one of the very few people who's called Gelong something. Okay,
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not an attribute; it's like part of his name. Okay, okay. Chedakbe. Oh, sorry. There's a reason why they say that. There's a reason why they believe that. Okay, why? Chedakbe.
the Vaisheshikas.
Hang on. Okay.
Definition.
Because they believe that the Atman is a functioning thing which is unchanging, which is shared apparently by the Sankhya. Okay, up here, functioning thing which is unchanging. Okay. They believe that the Atman is a functioning thing which is unchanging. It must be they also believe. Okay, and they believe that the meaning of guna is zekitsenyi to dube chiru. Oh, I'm sorry. They believe that the definition of ze, of substance, they believe that the definition of substance is where the gunas provide the support for all other objects, for other objects. They believe that substance, substantial, means the gunas provide the support for other objects. Therefore, I guess, the Atman must have the gunas
Yeah.
in their
And
school.
I guess they're disagreeing about the gunas, right? Because the other one said the yinten may.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
they believe, right? That was the second point of disagreement. They said Atman does have gunas,
Right.
the
Gunas meaning
Vaisheshikas.
qualities?
Sorry?
Gunas meaning, sorry, I can't do Sanskrit and English and Tibetan. Is it
Guna here
quality?
just means attribute, quality.
The yinten quality?
I wouldn't say good quality. It's just, it's almost like nature. In nowadays, in the Bahamas, they will say it's personality traits. If a person has rajas, they get angry easily. If a person has tamas, they're lazy. If a person has sattva, they're good-hearted. You know, that's how it has come to be understood in modern times. As it's almost like, and then what do you call it? Ayurveda will address your gunas. If you have more rajas, they'll try to give you cooling things. You know, like that. Okay.
So it's to link up with the other
Yeah.
qualities.
So it has come to mean that, but I don't see much of that in the ancient explanations.
If we,
Thank you, Geshe-la, and I apologize for being demanding. I'm sorry.
No, I like demanding. Undemanding is too tamasic.
That's more.
Yeah, they call it rajasic,
Yeah.
tamasic, and sattvic.
Right, which is
Yeah.
neither Sanskrit nor English.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. That's not so bad.
Okay.
But I don't see
It's a massive
in the
issue.
ancient literature them as personality traits. But I don't. It could be. It could be. Yeah, they're more like basic energies or something.
It's 8:30.
Okay, pee-pee break. Utpala. Oh, by the way, after Gelong Sherab Wambo, we will go to Chandakirti. After Chandakirti, we will go to Tsongkhapa, and then we'll go back to
Chandralama?
Her text?
Somebody who's coming up in her text.
Dharmakirti.
Oh.
Dharmakirti.
Oh, that's how we got on.
'cause
We'll
that's
go back
where
to
we're
Pramana
why it's
Vartika.
her text where we're with
Pramana Vartika, which was relevant to her text because we were talking about switching bodies. So go back, you know, we gotta go back. We're gonna go to go backwards, we're gonna go Tsongkhapa is gonna be based on Chandakirti, is gonna be based on Gelong Sherab Wambo, is gonna be based on Pramana Vartika, is gonna explain why they want to change bodies. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
My home color is
Which proves they think there is a self independent of the bodies. Okay.
Sashi.
Puji Jushin Metotam Rira Lishi Ninde Gembadi Sangye Shindu Nike Uwagi Roku Namda Shingla Chupasho Idam Guru Rana Mandala Kamya Tayami Di Kewo Kun Sunam Yeshe Tozo Shin Sunam Yeshe Lechume Tamba Kuni Topasho. Cool. This is, what do you call it? To make up for my failure in the mind-only school, but I still didn't figure out the mind-only school. I'm just distracting you. Yeah. But I'll work on the mind-only school. Okay, don't worry, Word. I have to cancel your classes for you.
I was listening to a lecture about this last night by Masant.